The next thing that we need to do is we need to customize our headers. For now, we will ignore the fact that our text kind of conflicts with the background image, and we're going to fix that a little bit later. We want to use headers for two reasons. The first reason is for aesthetics, of course. The second reason is for search engines. Search engines use headers when caching information, so we want to make our headers as informative as possible. Think of them kind of like tags a search engine might use to help a potential visitor find your site. Search engines don't actually look at the aesthetics of your website, but at the HTML code. It's going to look for the H1, the bracket H1, and then the content that's inside there, and then bracket slash H1 bracket again. What this all basically means is you don't want to change the size of the font manually. You want to use the kind of like the built-in headers as much as possible. And later I'll show you how to change the header style. So for now, we're going to make this text up here where it says header. Maybe we'll do it with header and title. We probably don't need title. I'm going to, get rid of my title. And we just want this header here to become an actual header. So I'm going to highlight header. And down here at the bottom it says that the format is set to paragraph, and I actually don't want that to be paragraph. So I'm going to hit the drop down and I'm going to choose header 1. Notice up here it says P and then BR. BR means for break line, and then slash P, which is the end of this paragraph. So I don't want it to be a paragraph, I want it to be heading 1. So as soon as I hit heading 1, we notice that the text gets a little bit better, and most importantly, our code changes to reflect that this is an actual header. There's some other things that we can do as well, and let's just say, let me create something maybe in here. Just going to add some gibberish in here. Let's just say that we would like, this is a list of some sort, and let's just say that we want it to be an unordered list. In other words, it's just bulleted. So if I click this bullet button down here, we'll notice in the code it says UL, which means unordered list. But let's just say that we want it to be an ordered list. So I can click this ordered list button here, and our code changes to OL, indicating that this is an ordered list. There are also some other handy little features here, such as we can collapse this part of the code because it's kind of really long and it makes it difficult to edit code. So then we can also expand it if needed. Let's just say that this header is just too small and it's just not cutting it for us. Well, there's several ways that we can change the way that this header looks, customize this header. We can go in and we can manually change it, but the way that I recommend changing it is just simply highlighting it here, and we can see it says format heading 1, and we can go to page properties and we can actually change it in here by going to where it says headings CSS. So headings actually has a cascading style sheet that's driving this heading, and right now the heading font is the same as the page font, and we have heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, all the way to heading 6. We can really customize this. So let's just say that we want it to be a 24 size font, and over here we can also change the color of it. Right now I'm just going to leave it as default. Maybe I'll just leave it the way it is right now as a gray color. Escape to get out of that. We can also change heading 2, and let's just say we want heading 2 to be an 18 size font, and maybe we want heading 2 to be maybe a little bit darker gray, maybe that color gray. So I'm going to go ahead and click apply and click OK, and then go to live view and see what that looks like. Not too much change, probably because header was already a 24 size font. We can see over here on the right side what that is. So let's go ahead, and where it says the standard 1500s, I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to make that heading 2. So over here where it says format, I'm going to choose heading 2. And it happens to make everything heading 2 in here. So I'm going to highlight all of this, and we'll just go up here and just do an undo. I don't have to do everything. I'm going to select this again. And maybe I'll add a little space in between here, that way it knows that that has ended. You can see the /P going on in here. And then I'll choose heading 2 again, and that's a little bit more better. Down here I'm going to do the same thing for each of these. Make this one a heading 2. And maybe I'll do the same thing for this down here as well, just for the purposes of demonstration. I'll make this one a heading 2 as well. And you can drill down, clear down the 6 headings. Most importantly, in our HTML code, we see this H2. So let's just say that someone does a Google search for the 1914 translation by H. Rackham. Chances are your page is going to show up in the search results because you already have, Google will have cached in here this H2. It only takes one person to hit it, and then it will get cached in there.